let's roll forward maybe 5 years' time. What do you think some of the people analytics work that we'll be doing? I know it's tied to a business problem, so let's forget about the technique a little bit, but where do you see the practice going? And from a positive side, and maybe what concerns you as well. So again, Amit, why don't you go first this time?
So I think there's going to be a little bit of a divergence in terms of people analytics teams right now are getting bigger and bigger because you need to start with something that can establish standards, can set up the infrastructure. What I think is going to happen is that these teams will begin to dissipate. The center of gravity will move outwards into the regions, into the functions. Ultimately, you don't need necessarily a people analytics team because analytics is pervasive. Everyone, HR and beyond, is thinking of it in terms of thinking of everything, decisions and actions in terms of analytics, choices, strategy. And so the information will be available through various tools, kind of pervasively everywhere in every device. And you may not need any more central group to look at it. And so you're going to have this optimization sort of everywhere around you. You don't necessarily have to have a group that's doing it.
See, I disagree.
Good. It's always good to have a slight disagreement on a panel.
So I agree with the first part, that it is pervasive and that it's going to be everywhere, but I think it's these analytics teams that are going to come up with the different behaviors or insights to actually build into this type of whatever it is, technology. And so if you don't have those teams, I mean, this is one of my pet peeves, is that you read an insight somewhere and you say, oh, okay, well, this company did that. It's true. I'm going to implement those changes at my company and I'm going to see the same type of business impact. But that's not true because every company is different. And you can't just assume that one company has done something and it's going to be the same everywhere else. And so I would kind of position that back to what you said, is that, while we can buy technology off the shelf and hope that many of the, kind of algorithms that are in the background of that technology work for your company, there's going to be nuances. And so you're going to need to still have these humans that are kind of coming up with these hypotheses, testing them, and then you'll build these customizations within the technology. Okay, and so does that mean that every company needs to be a technology company? I don't know, but I'm starting to read that every company is starting to become a technology company. So,
and it's funny because Jeffrey Pfeffer said this morning that every company was in the healthcare business.
Oh, okay.
So we're all multifaceted now. But it's interesting, and we've seen sort of a bit of a move towards some people analytics teams are either merging or working much more closely with their colleagues in other analytics teams, probably to one of your points there, Amit. Is that a progression, or does that depend on the organisation, I think? But are we going to see more closer collaboration between different analytics teams?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the word community of practice is used often in this situation where you have different groups doing analytics of a different flavor. But there's always room for collaboration. You can use the same model in one situation as in another with a little bit of tweaking. You can share technology licenses and sort of save money that way. Kat and Aaron from Wayfair presented earlier today. They presented on topic modeling, a text analytics tool. And they also mentioned that they had worked with some of our data scientists in the field that are looking at text analytics of customer feedback and other things. And so there's a lot of opportunity to collaborate and learn from one another.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. In fact, for our topic modeling tool, we actually went to the marketing team, and the team that was using they were mining data from customers. And we said, we know that employee sentiment is different than customer sentiment, but we're going to start with that base model and then we will adjust it. And so that's, again, back to my point of there are just these nuances and everything is just not completely transferable.
In this series, we will be speaking to a range of senior leaders who are pushing a data-driven and digital HR agenda. Make sure that you subscribe via your podcast app of choice and also via our YouTube channel for free and regular interviews with the digital HR leaders of the future.